Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Campus Convos. I'm your host, Denise LaFrance Ohinaga, and we are joined with Mr. Keith Gatalo with HVAC here at DACC. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. So we're sitting here at our Espina campus where we teach HVAC. We're sitting in front of this amazing unit right here. Can you just explain to us what this is?
This is a trainer. It's basically the refrigeration cycle all in one package on wheels with a variety of dials and devices and gauges so that in one spot a student can look at that and the instructor can point to the components and describe what goes on. This is actually kind of a relic. The refrigerant is R12. That's been, we can't use that anymore. The EPA requirements
changed.
They stopped making it. It's bad for the environment, but it's still a good piece of equipment. It's a visual aid for the classroom, and I'll have students point to different components. Show me where the compressor is, and then if they don't know how to do it, one of their classmates can help them out. And so it's a visual aid, and it's very practical. It is the refrigeration cycle. A picture's worth 1,000 words.
Definitely. And so speaking of refrigeration, tell me a little bit about DACC's HVAC program.
The program has been around since the mid-'70s. There's 3 levels. There's an associate degree of applied science. There's a certificate of completion for commercial refrigeration. And then there's a certificate of completion for residential heating and cooling. So the associate is 61 credits. If a student goes full-time, they could complete that course of study, ideally in 4 semesters, 2 years. The certificate of completion for commercial refrigeration is the same as the associate, all the HVAC classes, but the associate degree adds humanities, creative and fine arts, behavioral sciences to get that associate degree. The certificate of completion for refrigeration, commercial refrigeration, pares that down to just the pertinent, relevant classes.
Okay.
And then the residential, that's just residential. So a room like this, a student that took the residential path, they wouldn't be certified to work in a commercial building,
okay,
a school, a hospital, and so forth. But there's plenty of work in residential settings. So 4 semesters for the associate, 4 semesters for the certificate of completion for the commercial refrigeration, and then 3 semesters for the residential.
So that's amazing, because as we all know, New Mexico gets really hot, and we're in the middle of summer right now. I think we have like 100 and something.
I know.
Tell me about the importance that these students make in our community once they graduate.
There is a demand for qualified technicians, and the supply does not meet the demand. So if a homeowner needs their air conditioning serviced, or perhaps they want to switch from a evaporative cooler, a swamp cooler, to refrigerated air, they have to have a qualified technician come and do the installation, the service. So our graduates go out into the workforce, and they help increase the supply of qualified technicians to meet that demand. And I mentioned residential, but there's NASA, there's White Sands, there's Las Cruces Public Schools, NMSU, DACC. So that there's a broader employment opportunity for the folks that have the certificate of completion for commercial refrigeration. We still need techs at all levels, but that's the importance. I had somebody come to my home, and they got up on the roof, and I looked at the young man, and he had been in one of my classes. And it just made me feel good that there's a gentleman that's going to come Friday for a tour. He went through this program in 2019. and he is bringing his son because his son is thinking about going to school here, so he wants to do a tour. So it's part of the community. And you could say the same for the other programs in this particular building, automotive and welding and so forth. But HVAC, very integral because it does get hot. So we our technicians try to keep people cool and comfortable.
DACC makes such a big impact in the community, just in so many different facets, and everywhere that you go, you never know who's out there that's a DACC graduate. So if anybody is interested and wants to join the program, how could they do that?
The quick answer to that is go to dacc.nmsu.edu. And once you go in and open up that site, there is an application they can fill out online, and then they'll be notified if they're accepted. They can walk in the door also. They can come to the admissions, which is in Alex Sanchez Hall next door.
Okay.
They can come to this building and walk into our office, the department office. There's an advisor there. I'm an advisor. That's the quick answer to just explore.
And just from there, you'll move on and get your answers and get involved in the program if you're interested.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Keith. We really appreciate it. And was there anything else you wanted to add?
I just wanted to add enrollment. 23-24, we had 89 students in the entire program. And the important thing is, if a student is interested in getting into this program, they need to register early.
Okay.
So they can come and see me, they can come and see the division advisor, but the important thing is to know the registration dates and to register early, because our class size is 16.
Okay.
And there's a lot more than 16 people trying to get in every semester. So it's a stable industry. It's a good trade to learn, and
Definitely.
Ideally, if the student gets an associate degree, that could lead to further things, bachelor degree, possibly management.
It's a testament to the good work that happens here at DACC, and it's good to know that there's always a demand for students wanting to join the program.
Right.
So how does that make you feel to know that we make such an impact in our community?
It humbles me in a way, and I feel like I'm surrounded by all these really good people here, other educators, colleagues, administrators, and then to go out into the community and see graduates, or to have somebody say, "What do you do for a living?" And I tell them, "Oh, I went through the program." What? Yeah. So it's very rewarding.
Even to have those that do the maintenance here in our own buildings that may have been graduates of the program.
Yes.
Definitely amazing. Well, you guys do really good work, and I'm very happy to have been here and to, see all the wonderful things you do and the training and all of that goes into it. So thank you so much, Keith.
My pleasure.
All right. And thank you very much for joining us in this episode of Campus Convos. I'm your host, Denise LaFranco Hinaga, and we will see you again next month.